Day 24 of the war with Iran, and here's where things stand. Gas prices are now more than $1 a gallon higher than they were just a month ago, and the Trump administration has eased sanctions on oil from Iran, the country that we are at war with. And a series of head-spinning announcements from Donald Trump has made it even less clear whether we're about to see an end to the war or an escalation, or just whether, in the face of growing economic concerns, Trump simply blinked. Let's begin with the threat that had the world on edge all weekend. Donald Trump threatened to attack Iran's power plants if the regime did not reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a critical shipping route for a fifth of the world's oil. It was an ultimatum they had 48 hours to comply. Then, this morning, just ahead of the market's opening here in the U.S., Trump announced on Truth Social that he was postponing strikes on Iran's power grid for at least 5 days, and that the U.S. and Iran were negotiating an end to the war. Trump's Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, and his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, who has no official role in the government, are leading the negotiations on the U.S. side. That's according to Trump. The price of oil fell almost immediately, even though Iran says that no such talks are taking place. Here's what Trump had to say about it just this morning.
Mr. President, Iran's foreign ministry says you're not telling the truth when it comes to productive conversations to end the war.
Well, they're going to have to get themselves better public relations people. We have had very, very strong talks.
Stop speaking with Mr. President.
Speaking with in Iran.
A top person.
Is that the Supreme Leader?
No, not the Supreme Leader.
Well, Trump was, as you can see there, incredibly vague on the details of his talks. He was even more vague when it came to questions of what he wanted out of these talks.
Will Iran still be able to control the flow of oil? Iran still be able to control the flow of oil?
Be jointly controlled.
By whom?
Maybe me. Maybe me.
You want the United States to be
Me and the Ayatollah, whoever the Ayatollah is, whoever the next Ayatollah. And there'll also be a form of a very serious form of a regime change. They want peace. They've agreed they will not have a nuclear weapon, et cetera, et cetera. But we'll see.
Okay, to sum it all up, Trump is saying that talks are underway and Iran has already backed off of its nuclear ambitions. But Trump won't say who the administration is talking to, although it's not the Supreme Leader, which is the son of the leader killed in an Israeli airstrike in the first day of this war. Trump also claiming that there will be regime change, although, again, the Iranian regime has replaced one dictator with that dictator's son. Trump backing off a petition.
All praises and glory go to you, Lord. Double honors and respect go to our apostles, bishops, elders, and teachers, the men of Great Millstone. To you I say shalom. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 16. It says, "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child." Right. All right. And woe means destruction, okay? Calamity. And we're in for it, all right? As you saw from Donald Duck talking, the babbling, no consistency, no real factual statements being made, just like a child. It's like listening to a babbling teenager. Ecclesiastes 10 and 11, it says, "Surely the serpent will bite without enchantment, and a babbler is no better," right? All right, babbling on about absolutely nothing. And everyone knows he's full of it. All right. But this is the so-called self-proclaimed white man that rules in the world today, man. All right. Foolish. All right. Imagining a vain thing. He thought he was going to just walk into Iran and take. All right. Didn't understand how it was going to go. And now he's got all the rest of us in the thick of it because the prices are only going to go up from here. Verse 12, "The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool will swallow up himself," right? All right. And this man has been likened unto a serpent. This man has been likened unto a serpent because he speaks with a forked tongue. He speaks with lies and deceit, all right, and tries to cover his tracks. The whole time he is the harbinger of death, all right. He is death escalating throughout the world like a cancer, all right. We're going to go to Psalms 10. This is Psalms chapter 10 and verse 2. It says, "The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices they have imagined." Right, all right. Whatever you have decided to do on to Iran and the rest of the world, what you have decided to do to the Israelites, let you be taken in the devices you have imagined, all right? And things are going to escalate from here, all right, because we still have to wait for the MOT to the B. Jacob's trouble has to be in full swing, all right? Economy crashed, and then we can talk about World War III, which they're currently working on, okay? Verse 3, "For the wicked, Esau, Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man that rules in the world today. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his continent will not seek after Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And power is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous," right? Always keeping up a bunch of mess, all right? And then babbling on, all right? It's a joke they've gotten away with it this long. "Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them." What are you currently seeing? All right. The Bible is spot on about this devil, man. It's downright prophetic, and his end is soon come. I was listening to the apostle earlier. All right. All of this is the build up to the downfall of Esau, Edom. All right. On a world stage. But it will get grievous. All right. Verse 6, "He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity." And that is the problem. All right. This idiot ran in here into this trap. All right. This snare the Lord have laid for him. All right. Where the least of the flock is going to call out Russia into World War III and all the rest of the countries. All right. That's why it's going to be a world war. "And he have done it through the pride of his heart, have deceived him." All right. His terribleness have deceived him. He's gotten away with it so long. He said, "I will never be in adversity." And verse 7 says, "His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud." Right. "Under his tongue is mischief and vanity." And it's never going to change. All right. It's not going to change until this devil be taken out of the way. From here, we're going to go to 2 Thessalonians. Chapter 2, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. And this is how we know that we're at the end, all right? I'll begin at verse 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come," the day of the Lord, by the way, all right? "Except there come a falling away first, which has already occurred with the nation of Israel. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man that rules in the world today," all right? Donald Duck is an example of that. The Israelis are another example. Verse 4, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." Right. And that's what the MOT to the B is really about. This God complex that Esau Edom has. All right. He wanted to rule over the tribes, the two nations that have tortured him so, okay? Verse 5, "Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. I told you prophecy before it happened, all right? And now you know that what withholding that he might be revealed in his time." Verse 7, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way by Yahweh Shai." All right. So Esau Edom has to be taken out of the way by Yahweh Shai. We're at the end. All right. And this devil has been revealed as the son of perdition, as the man of sin. All right. The babbler. Woe to the land when thy king is a child. All right. And Esau, Edom is a child. You can read this for your own, but we're at the end, people. And this is just the build up to Esau, Edom's judgment. Shalom.